Today, we're tackling a challenge that affects nearly every parent: picky eating. If your child only eats white foods, if vegetables are treated like poison, if every meal feels like a battle, you're in the right place. Here's what you need to know first. Picky eating between ages 2 and 6 is completely normal. In fact, about 50% of children in this age range are selective eaters. And there's actually an evolutionary reason for this. Thousands of years ago, when toddlers started walking and exploring, they needed a built-in protection against eating poisonous plants or spoiled food. So children developed what scientists call neophobia, which means fear of new things. This kept them safe. But in our modern world, where food is safe and varied, this same mechanism causes problems. Your child's brain is saying unknown food equals danger, even though that broccoli is perfectly safe. Now, here's the critical part. How you respond to picky eating can either improve it or make it worse. Research consistently shows that pressure around food, whether it's bribing, forcing, or pleading, actually increases picky eating. It creates negative associations with food and disrupts your child's natural ability to regulate their own hunger and fullness. So what should you do instead? Let me introduce you to the Division of Responsibility, developed by feeding specialist Ellen Satter. This is the gold standard approach. Here's how it works. The parent's job is to decide 3 things: what food is offered, when food is offered, where food is eaten. The child's job is to decide 2 things: whether they eat, how much they eat. Yes, you read that correctly. Your child gets to decide whether to eat or not. I know this sounds scary. But my child won't eat anything. You're thinking. Stay with me. Let's break down the practical steps. Step 1. Serve meals family style. Put a variety of foods on the table. Make sure at least one item is something your child typically accepts. Maybe that's bread, or rice, or pasta. Then put out the other foods: protein, vegetables, whatever you're serving. Your child can choose what and how much to put on their plate. If they only take bread, that's okay. Do not comment. Do not pressure. Do not say, just try one bite. The research is clear. When children are allowed to choose without pressure, they gradually become more adventurous. Step 2. Repeated exposure without pressure. Here's a fact that will change your perspective. A child may need to see a new food 10 to 15 times before they're willing to try it. 10 to 15 times! So keep serving that broccoli even if they don't eat it. Just seeing it on the table, watching you eat it, smelling it. That's all part of the learning process. Each exposure is a step forward, even if they don't take a bite. Step 3. Keep mealtimes positive. The dinner table should not be a battlefield. It should be family time. Here's what to do. Eat together as a family. Children learn by watching you. Talk about food positively. This broccoli is so crunchy and fresh. Do not praise eating or criticize not eating. Food is not a moral issue. Here's what not to do. Don't say, "Good job eating your vegetables." This makes food a performance. Don't ask, "Why aren't you eating?" This creates pressure. Don't use dessert as a reward. This makes dessert seem more valuable and vegetables less valuable. Step 4. Involve them in food preparation. Children are much more likely to eat food they helped prepare. The research on this is remarkable. Involvement in cooking increases willingness to try new foods by 3 times. Age-appropriate tasks: 3 years old, washing vegetables, stirring, pouring. 5 years old, cutting soft foods with a safe knife, measuring ingredients. 7 years old, following simple recipes, cracking eggs. When your child helps make the meal, they feel ownership. They're curious about how it tastes. Step 5. Trust their hunger and fullness signals. When your child says, "I'm full," believe them. Children are born with an incredible ability to self-regulate. They eat when hungry, stop when full. We adults often lose this ability because we were taught to clean our plate or eat on a schedule regardless of hunger. Don't make your child finish their food. Don't insist on 2 more bites. This teaches them to ignore their body's signals. Now, let's talk about snacking, because this is often the hidden problem. If your child is grazing all day, they won't be hungry at mealtimes. And if they're not hungry, they won't be motivated to try new foods. Create structure, meals and snacks at set times, with 2 to 3 hours between eating occasions. During those gaps, only water is available. This isn't being mean. This is allowing natural hunger to build, which is the best motivator for eating. What about treats and dessert? Don't use sweets as rewards. Don't say, if you eat your dinner, you can have dessert. Instead, normalize dessert. Sometimes it's part of the meal. Put it on the table with everything else. Your child can choose to eat it or not. When dessert isn't forbidden or used as a reward, it loses its power. It becomes just another food. I know you're worried, but what if my child only eats carbs? What about nutrition? Here's the truth. Children's eating balances out over time. They might eat only bread one day, but then eat fruit the next day. Over a week or two, their nutrition usually evens out. If you're genuinely concerned, track their growth with your pediatrician. If they're growing well, they're eating enough. Consider a children's multivitamin for peace of mind. Consult a pediatric dietitian if you have serious concerns. But in most cases, the problem isn't the child's eating, it's the parent's anxiety about the eating. Let's talk about what not to do, because these are common mistakes. Don't make separate meals. If your child refuses dinner, don't make them chicken nuggets instead. This teaches them that refusing gets them preferred food. Don't force bites. This creates trauma around food and damages trust. Don't restrict access to certain foods. When foods are forbidden, they become more desirable. Don't use food as punishment or reward. Food is fuel and pleasure, not a behavior management tool. Here's what you need to understand. Your goal is not to get your child to eat broccoli today. Your goal is to raise a child who has a healthy relationship with food, who listens to their body, who is willing to try new things. This is a long game. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Most children naturally become less picky between ages 6 and 8 as their taste buds mature and their neophobia decreases. Your job is to not make it worse by creating food battles and negative associations. Provide nutritious options. Eat together as a family. Keep mealtimes pleasant. Trust your child's body. And let go of control over whether and how much they eat. This approach requires patience. It requires you to tolerate the discomfort of your child not eating much at a meal. But it works. Children who are raised with this division of responsibility approach develop better self-regulation, more adventurous eating, and healthier relationships with food. So take a deep breath, put the food on the table, eat your own meal, and trust the process. In our next video, we'll discuss sibling rivalry and how to help your children build a strong relationship. See you then.